Hi, my name is Mariah, and I'm going to tell you a story about how my cheerleading career came to an end. I'm a fourth-generation cheerleader, by which I mean my great-grandma, grandma, and mom were all cheerleaders. I started cheerleading at a very young age of 3. I was too young to do all the stunts and tumbling like all the other cheerleaders, but I went to every game and practice. I was able to do so because my mom was one of the coaches at the Concord Carlisle Patriots Pop Warner cheerleading team. From that moment on, I never looked back. Cheerleading was my thing, my escape from reality, you could say. You could even say I ate, slept, and breathed cheerleading. I did Pop Warner for a little over a decade. This is when I began to learn who I was as a cheerleader. Right away, I noticed that I was really good at tumbling. And because I was so short, I was a flyer. And boy, is flying so freeing. I continued Pop Warner cheer into middle school, but I was getting tired of the usual Friday night football games. So I ventured off into the competitive side of cheerleading. I joined a cheer gym that was at the time known as Storms, and it was located in Leominster, Massachusetts. It was safe to say that I fell in love with the competitive aspect of cheerleading. Even though I loved it so much, it soon became a burden due to the cost for me to cheer at that gym. Eventually, I left because of financial issues. I felt so defeated because the one thing I loved the most, I couldn't afford. Fast forward to my freshman year at Concord Carlisle High School, when I decided to try out for the school's cheer team. I was so excited to make it onto not only the game squad, but also onto the competitive squad as well. And this time around, I could actually afford it. We had practice every day, all week, which was 2 hours, and even occasionally had long practices on the weekend. But I loved it because I could be myself at cheer. Don't get me wrong, just because I loved it doesn't mean that it wasn't overwhelming sometimes, especially with school going on. I struggled a lot throughout high school with depression and anxiety. I had a lot of stuff going on at home and in my personal life as well, but cheer helped me get through it. My teammate and coaches soon became my rock and my family. I could let out all my pain and anger out on the mat and just leave it there. The end of my junior year, I injured my meniscus, which placed me in a brace and physical therapy, but I kept on cheering. The fall of 2018, which was my senior year, started out as one for the books. I was captain of my squad, and I knew this year I was going to help lead my team to the state's competition. My physical therapist advised that I back out of the season due to my knee issues, but there was no way that was going to happen. There were days I would get home from practice and just cry because of the amount of pain my knee was in. But I kept going back because cheer is what got me through. My teammates and I put our all into every practice and competition, pushing our limits to be the best we could be. I stopped second-guessing myself when it came to tumbling and started trying all types of new tumbling passes. Whatever my coaches told me to do, I did. November of 2018 is one moment in time I will never forget. All of my team's hard work paid off, and we placed in the DCL's competition, which put us in the regionals, where we also placed again. For the first time in over a decade, we were on our way to the state's competition at Worcester State University. Even though we didn't make it to nationals, we put our mark on the mats at WSU. Leaving my team at the end of the season in November was not an easy one because it was like leaving your family. But I was ready to go to college with a cheer scholarship and an MVP title under my belt. Like many other teenagers, I fell in with the wrong people. I let people walk all over me, and on February 3rd, 2018, a car crash ended all my chances at going to college and cheering. I ended up getting knee surgery soon after, and it felt like my world was crumbling right in front of my eyes. I am beyond grateful for my journey with cheer, and I miss it so much, and I would do anything to take it back. But this also taught me a very important lesson, to be careful who you surround yourself with, because your life could flip upside down at any moment.